Alright guys, welcome back to 140g Outdoors. So the next video I'm making for you guys is our 6.5 Creedmoor. I got 100 rounds of new brass and I basically just want to kind of fire form it, shoot it once before I reload it with a good load. So I'm going to be using some kind of alternative powders that a couple of them's in the book, a couple of them ain't. I've kind of researched and got some load data and kind of went conservative on it. So some of these rounds may be kind of on the low velocity side. Today we're just going to look at I think 2 of them for this video, and then we'll do 2 another day. But we're going to do Varget and Reloder 15. These are in the Hornady manual for the 140 grain bullets. I've got 5 shot groups and 4 test charges. So we're going to shoot 100 yards to the chronograph. Been having a little bit of issues with the chronograph. I don't really believe some of the data coming out of it. Some of them's been way off. So I've backed it up. We were shooting with it about 10 feet in front of the barrel, and we got about 15 feet now. So we'll see if that does any difference. Get a notepad here. So we're going to start with Varget. Going to use 36.4, 35, 35.4, and 35.8. We're going book length of 2/800. So hopefully my camera's batteries hold out. I've been doing a lot of filming today. The target camera may be about dead. If it is, I'll just show you pictures of the groups when we're done. So let's get started. So we got a 24.11 on the velocity. The point of impact looked pretty high, and that's my fault. We need to adjust our scope. Let's crank it down quite a bit. How about that? I was shooting 650 yards just a minute ago, and yeah, it's high. So pretty low velocity for 6.5, but like I said, we're just going to see what happens. These are book loads. Much better. 24.15. 24.11. 24.11. So we had 3 24.11s so far. So like I said, it throws a lot of duplicates lately. .24, 24. So if those velocities are right, that was a 24.14 average and a standard deviation of 5. So we're going to go up to 35 grains next. .24.37. 24.33. 24.37. 24.24. Alright, 24.19. We've got 3 in one hole, one very close, and then one a little bit higher. Numbers look pretty good on paper. So we had a 24.30 average and a standard deviation of 8. So our next charge is 35.4 grains. Don't believe we got a reading on that one. I'm going to turn the chronograph just a little bit. No reading. We're going to take our little sun filters off of it and see if that, it's getting kind of overcast. Still no reading. The sun's, you can see it, but it's got cloud cover over it. Let me slide my gun over a little bit. There we go. 23.98. So that's the lowest reading yet on this. So I don't know that I believe that. 24.64. That's more like it. So I'm not even going to average or do anything with that one. I'll change the string and we'll keep going. So this is our max charge in the book of Varget of 35.8 grains. We're going to let the barrel cool down after these 5 shots. $24.82. $24.87. $24.82 again. $24.78. High, $24.87. So those are very good, very tight velocities. So if that data on the chronograph is correct, that's a 24.83 average and a standard deviation of 3. If that's true, that is the best standard deviation I've had yet. I've had some 5s and 6s, but that is 3, so that is awesome. We're gonna give the gun a little time to cool down. It's getting pretty warm, and then we'll go to our Reloder 15 next. So while we wait for our gun to cool down a little bit, here's our first round with Varget, 36.4 grains, 24.14 average, 5 standard deviation, 1.5" group. 35 grains is a 1.180 group, 3-shot cluster right here. Trying to group, that went kind of high, 24.30 average with an 8 on the standard deviation. Next is 35.4. I only had one velocity that I really trusted, and 26.64 was it, about an 1.25" group. And our last group was 35.8. It had 24.83 average velocity, standard deviation of 3, and 1.10, just over an inch. Good 3-shot cluster there, and then 2 high. All these shots felt excellent. So that's probably about all you can expect out of Varget. You could probably push the velocity or the charge a little more. Looking at the brass, everything looks good. It's starting to flatten out the edges a little bit, but we're not showing any signs. So we're going to still give this gun just a little bit longer to cool down, and then we'll go to our Reloder 15. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes or so. The barrel has cooled down significantly, so I feel like we're ready to go. We're going to be using Reloder 15 in the 6.5 Creedmoor. 36 grain is our starting charge, going up 4/10 to 37.2 grains. $24.33. The reason these powders are not real popular with this round is because the velocities are pretty low with it. I'm just curious if we can get any groups out of these low velocities. Same hole, $24.37. Oh, I think we're stacking her right in the same hole there. Don't know what I wrote down my last velocity, 24.42. Average is all that really matters. Drifted over just a little bit. That's a very good group. 24.46. Numbers look good. Alright, looking through the scope, it looks very good. Our average is 24.40 and a standard deviation of 5, so we like that. So let's jump up 4/10 to 36.4 grains. $24.73. $24.60. So backing that chronograph back and taking the shade off seems to have helped it. These numbers are very reasonable and about what I expect. 2450, 2455, 2464. Pretty good numbers again. Primers are nice and round, no pressure at all. So we had a 2460 average and a standard deviation of 8. So these SDs are looking pretty good. We're going up to 36.8 of Reloder 15. 2473. 2469. 2469, a duplicate. Duplicate again, 2469. See, that's what I just don't trust when you get 3 exact same readings in a row. I mean, I hope it's right. I hope it is, but I just have my doubts. $24.78. So everything looked good except for the first shot. First shot went a little high. Those are very good numbers if they're accurate. Do we know? We don't know. So that was a 24.71 average and a standard deviation of 4 feet per second. Not bad, like I said, if we trust our chronograph. So this will be our last charge for the day. 37.2 grains, Reloder 15. $24.96. The average is jumping up each time. We went 24.40, 24.60, 24.71. So I think the averages we can probably go by. They're not out of line anyway. We got another duplicate, 24.96. I just don't like that. $24.92. 24.96. That's 3 24.96s. Like I said, I hope it's right, but we may have a very low SD on this one. $25.01. So yeah, that's gonna be a very good average. So that gave us a 24.96 average and a 3 on the standard deviation. So I'm gonna run down range, get the target. I'm done shooting for the day. I've been out here for a few hours today. I've done a lot of shooting. Get all packed up, and then I'm gonna head home. I'll grab the target, measure that real quick, show you guys, and we'll wrap this video up. Alright, so my battery is just about dead, but let's go over this real quick. 36 grain, Reloder 15. That's a 4-shot group there of 0.537. I believe that was my first shot. Total group was 1.489, so that's a pretty good group. Jump up to 36.4. We had just under an inch at 9.12 and a 24.60 average, 8 on the standard deviation. This 4-shot little cluster is just under 3/4 of an inch, and that one opens it up to 1.3 inches, 24.71 average, 4 on the standard deviation. The last group was a 1.191 on 37.2 grains of Reloder 15, 24.96 average velocity, and a standard deviation of 3. So all this velocity data is kind of uncertain. The averages seem about right. They all increase about the same for the charge loads. It's just getting a lot of duplicates, and I just don't know if I trust that. So that's going to wrap up this video. The next video you're going to see in this series is Reloder 19 and IMR 4831. So thanks for watching.